So what's going on with artists recently? Lately I've been seeing a lot of posts like
You're
this.
burnt out like crazy.
Creative burnout is so real right now.
Dude, I swear I nearly cried staring at my canvas recently because I can't draw anything.
Artists wondering,
What is happening to artists, dude?
why is it so hard to get yourself to create? And when you actually do get around to doing it, the process itself feels just awful. Obviously right now we live in an epidemic of quick dopamine. Doing any extended activity is really difficult. And while I think it's a part of the problem, this massive artist burnout has more layers than it seems. So if you've been struggling like the rest of us, what can you actually do about this? Now this thing is one of the 3 reasons I think art is so hard to do lately. How in the f does this guy or this guy or this guy is able to produce such an amazing art so consistently? Like week after week, I see them posting some of the most amazing art pieces I've ever seen in my life. That's what I'm usually thinking when I sit down to finish a drawing, and after 2 hours I can figure out this hair or this clothing or this head, and I'm about to eat my stylus. Because their stuff seems to be always like this. 10 out of 10 art every single time. While mine looks more like this. Yeah, it's a mess. And the actual reason for this is just a matter of scale. Look at that graph again. You see what I mean? Between these guys and me, there is this huge skill difference. At our current scale, which is our current understanding of art and our art skill, we are us and they are goated with the sauce. But if you were to zoom in and see art at their scale, they also have peaks and valleys. They also have good and bad days. We just can't really see it at our scale of understanding of art. Because we don't really know that this ass crack muscle should be visible in this angle, and when they look at their art, they think like, oh god, forgot to draw this pussy ass muscle there. That's why we compare ourselves to them, thinking that I will never be him. We just can't see their mistakes because they are just that much better than us. But that's not all. I want to show you something a bit more hope-filled. If you look at the graph again from our perspective, this is the person on lower artistic level than yours. Maybe it's even you from the past. And they also look at you from below thinking I am us and you are goated with the sauce. And think about this. If that's you from the past and you look at your old art, you see that the peaks and valleys are way more jarring. That's why you cringe at your old art. But this is only the first layer why artists are struggling so much lately. So what's also making us struggle? Well, you are this. As we become adults and our life becomes busier, we have to abandon our childhood hobbies, but on the inside we are still those same little babies that love to draw for fun. So is that all there is to it? Well, having to work, do chores, eat healthy, walk 10,000 steps, start a business, go to the gym, meal prep, start a YouTube channel, do meditation, it definitely makes it harder to get in a creative mindset when there are all those different things buzzing around in your head. But that doesn't really explain this, right? Why the process of drawing became so awful, nerve-wracking even. Like, you know when you try to think of a reason not to draw, even though you've been wanting to draw for a whole day. What's going on with us? I think it's partly because the world around you requires your potential to be turned into something useful. And right now, everyone on the internet seems to make a living off of their hobby while also being successful and happy. So it's hard to do anything without feeling pressured or guilty. And I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling very creative when I'm guilt-tripping myself for drawing. But it's just social media. We all know it's fake, right? Well, you might say that, but do our brains really know the difference? I don't think so, actually. So someone skeptical might say, if it's not enjoyable anymore and you don't want to do it, just stop doing it. And to those people, I would say, you don't really get it. What makes you and me an artist isn't that we know how to draw or paint or compose music or dance. It's the fact that we feel the need to do it. Today, tomorrow, 10 years ago and 10 years from now, you will feel the need to create art. And if you won't make it enjoyable for yourself, you will be stuck in this love-hate relationship until there's only hate left. And I think that's mostly what we are seeing right now. So is comparison the only thief of joy? Or maybe there's other problem that lies in the habit you build every time you draw. Here's a quick example. Let's say your goal is to be more healthy. So you start running, but you really want to become healthy. Like the healthiest person in the world. So you make yourself run every single day till you pass out. I mean, that's like the most logical way to do it, right? The more you run, the more healthy you will be, right? What do you think your attitude will be before your everyday run? But I like to run, so why am I avoiding it now? What's wrong with me? Well, obviously you took it too far. You pushed it to the point where it's just not enjoyable anymore. Even though you really love running, doing like this is not sustainable at all. Even if you want to be the best runner in the world, you won't be able to achieve or maintain that because you're just gonna end up hating running. If you're like me and you have a mindset of either going full in or not at all, I think similar situation can happen to you if you take drawing too far or any passion of yours. The biggest struggle for everyone, I think, especially for me, is to actually find a balance between doing it so you enjoy it and doing it in a way that keeps you improving, right? So right now we know all that, but what can we actually do with it? Well, I think the solution for everyone is gonna be a little bit different, but something that definitely will help, especially when you're comparing yourself to every other person on social media. Just be kind to yourself and try not to completely exhaust yourself. It's supposed to be fun, right? That's why you started doing it, and maybe just going back to the roots once in a while, doing it just for kicks and laughs might help, right? Thank you so much for watching. Go out there and create something today. See ya.